Beastie Boys on the Valley's Best Rock, 105.1 The Blaze. So normally we do bring Justice to the movies on Fridays, but tomorrow tomorrow's the 3rd of July, but we get that for the 4th of July off, so there is no live show tomorrow. So instead, we're doing it today. It's time for Bring Justice to the movies.
The movie industry is made up of two separate but equally important groups. The theaters who display the movies and the critics who overvalue their opinions. These are our reviews. The Morning Blaze is bringing justice to the movies.
No live show tomorrow. Only half true for today. So, Justice, welcome back for Bring Justice to the Movies. Home edition. Big thanks to our friends at Maya Cinemas. Again, really stinks that we can't go to the theaters, but it seems like it's going to be even longer than we were thinking originally. So we keep this going. We're doing movies at home. You and I pick movies for each other to watch. I don't know how it turned into this sadistic game of punishment, but lately it has been you and I giving each other awful movies to watch. This week you watched the Brendan Fraser classic, Furry Vengeance.
So bad.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay, Furry Vengeance. And I watched Mac and Me. Now here's the problem though. I didn't really watch the whole movie. And I'll give you kind of. I fell asleep a couple times. Okay. I got the gist of what it was about, and I really didn't care that much. For those who don't know what Mac and Me is, if you've ever seen E.T., this is that if it had like no budget at all. This is kind of the same premise.
Pretty accurate.
Instead of the aliens finding their way here on accident, like E.T. gets stranded, which, by the way, what do we know about the aliens in E.T.? Like, you watch that movie, and you're supposed to believe that, like, you know, they're all... Maybe he's dumb. Do we ever think that the alien in E.T. is, like, an idiot? Like, they have this, like, technology to travel through space and do all this stuff, and this guy gets lost in the woods? Like, maybe he's just the dumb cousin who couldn't figure out what time it was supposed to be to get back on the ship. But I digress.
He did figure out to call home, though.
Well, I tell my 5-year-old what my phone number is. Like, no one ever thought that... Okay, anyway. So in Mac and Me, it's the same premise, except NASA lands on some... distant, I don't know how this is even possible. NASA lands on some distant planet and vacuums up these aliens, and then they end up on Earth, and then the youngest one ends up with a boy in a wheelchair. That's the gist. But it's still pretty much E.T. The FBI agents are tracking him down. Now, I'm not sure how it ends because I fell asleep, but I did wake up during one scene that there's like a 20-minute dance scene at McDonald's, and I have no idea why this is happening. I did find myself a new theme song, though. I was into this. So there's a few reasons this McDonald's dance sequence makes no sense. One, I've never been to a McDonald's that was holding a dance competition, so that was strange. There's football players in full pads dancing. There's ballerinas spinning around. I would like to point out again, the main character in this show is in a wheelchair, and they're at a dance competition at a McDonald's. That's the gist of what you need to know of Mac and Me. Yep. Oh, and they hide the alien by dressing him up as a teddy bear that everyone believes is just a toy that can dance.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Dancing teddy bear.
You can
totally believable.
You can skip Mac and Me, but you should not skip the music from Mac and Me.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Solid. All right. Furry Vengeance. Tell me about Furry Vengeance.
Just as bad of a premise, like not even close to being believable. These are like the world's smartest wildlife animals. I could be wrong because I don't live in the wild. I don't know how these animals actually act, but they all communicate with each other perfectly and build Rube Goldberg machines that launch rocks onto roadways that attempt to murder people that they don't like.
What?
You know what a Rube Goldberg machine is?
No, what's that?
It's where, like, you know, the videos where someone like tips over a domino and it's just a giant chain reaction and stuff.
Cool.
They built that.
The animals built that?
The animals. With boulders at the end of it because there's guys that they don't like because they want to tear down the forest and they try to kill them. So this movie
murderous.
It opens with attempted murder.
Creatures.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Where does Brendan Fraser come in?
He plays a guy who's supposed to be there to launch it's like a community of homes. So he has to like live there while they're doing all the construction on everything and like kind of oversee everything and make sure it's all going right. And well, he gets targeted by these animals because he's tearing down their forest. And nobody believes him of all this crazy, stupid stuff happening.
Are these like special animals? Did they escape from like a science facility and they've been given human characteristics?
I don't know.
They're just standard woodland creatures.
They seem like standard woodland creatures that just know how to defend things. I got about 3/4 of the way through, then skipped to the end because it was horrible.
So you didn't finish your movie,
dude.
either.
I didn't laugh once. Like it was so bad. So bad. And at the end, it's the typical, oh, hey, look, he was right.
Okay, so you've seen both movies, Mac and Me and Furry Vengence. If you had to watch one
Mac
this
and
week...
Me. I remembered why I liked it as a kid. It was because of his... the way he looked when he whistled was funny. That's why I liked it.
No.
But the parent scene. Did you see the scene where like his parent aliens come find him or whatever?
No, I don't. Was that at the end? I didn't make it that far.
It was at the end, like the mom and dad alien walk in and find him. But like Mac was clearly like a fake little doll that they like puppet sort of
right.
thing.
He was animatronic, an
the
80s
parents
animatronic.
Were people in suits, so it was horrifying.
All right. Well, Mac and Me not good either, but apparently better than Furry Vengeance. Next week, I think we should do like a good movie. We got to find a good movie that we can do because I think 2 weeks in a row of doing crap. I can't take it
mine last
anymore.
week was cool. Yours,
I can't. And Brendan Fraser, stop making movies,
please.
The movie industry is made up of two separate but equally important groups. The theaters who display the movies and the critics who overvalue their opinions. These are our reviews.